So I'm going to speak for my own purification. And I want to thank also Shambhan Prabhu and Anandpa Mataji, our Bhakti Vraks leader, because in that Bhakti Vraks everybody has to speak, so it gives you confidence. So today I'm here. And Nilmani Prabhu also, yes, I want to thank twice because he put me the dhoti also. Because I never wear a dhoti, So next time I will try to wear dhoti because I had to learn, I don't know. So, and today actually is my first class on given Sunday, but not necessarily it will be first class. So, and today I think there is a Super Bowl, right? So, I have one thought, but don't take it personally. This is just a thought. That actually the best Super Bowl was played by Krishna at the bank of Jamuna, right? So I think if you watch that one, at least you get spiritual benefit and happiness rather than watching this Super Bowl, which is like material sense gratification, which we don't need it. And that Krishna Super Bowl movie, ever-freshing, everlasting, and it is pleasant. So this is my just comment I wanted to share. And you know that sometime when you learn driving, first time, you are very much excited to drive. But when you drive, you can make accident or you make mistake. So similarly today, I got opportunity to speak. I am excited as well as I am nervous also. So, but if I make any mistake, please forgive me. And you will forgive because you are Krishna's devotee. When Krishna can forgive 100 offenses to Shishupal, this will be my first one. So I can still go along. So let's chant Radha Madhav. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Giridhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Giridhari Yashodanandana Vrajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Before I go to my words which I am going to speak today, I want to say something that I know everybody might have seen a suspense movie. In a suspense movie, what happened actually, your mind and intelligence start thinking about the conclusion. And then mind speculates so many things that it can be this reason or that reason. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita is the dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. And Krishna is giving instruction to Arjuna, and Arjuna's mind is also confused, bewildered, and was not means thinking that what should I fight or not. And one point actually he put down his bow and arrow that Krishna, I cannot fight. And actually he had 5 reasons not to fight. That was like he said that first of all, he was compassion, then destruction of family, indecision, he could not make decision what to do, and he thought it's going to be a sinful activity, and if everybody destroys, then what kind of happiness I will get. So he said that, but Krishna assured him that actually, in Gita he says that tasma sarveshu kaleshu ma manusman vidascha. Krishna mentioned him that no, you just think about me and then fight. And then he said the mano arpit mano buddhi. He said that you keep your mind and intelligence in me and then you fight. He is hearing about this, but his mind is still confused and he could not think that what should I do. So then, in that regard, Rupa Goswami, he said that hearing is one of the topmost process of 5 limbs of bhakti and also for 9 stage Navla bhakti, hearing. But when you hear, you have to take the message as it is. You should not mentally speculate. In that regard, I will tell you one funny kind of joke, that is related to hearing. This is the hearing when people thought about the dummiest thinking and speculation of those people, and because of that they died. So one reporter found that on certain station, railway station, that about 10 to 12 people died, and one person survived. So he wanted to know what happened. So his reporter went there and he found out that what happened. So he asked the guy that what happened here, why these people, 10, 12 people died. So he said that these people were on the platform when there was an announcement that the train is coming on the platform, and these people when heard, they thought that it's coming on platform, so they jumped on the tracks and they died. So he said, then what about you? So he said that when I heard that train is coming on the platform, actually I had come for suicide. So I stay here. So hearing you never, speculate because sometimes it is very dangerous. So Krishna finally he gave him the conclusive words, and that is the words we are going to speak today, and that is 18.66, which everybody know by heart. That is the Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam Bhaja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshashami Ma Sucha. Krishna says in the translation is abandon all varieties of religion and surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all the sinful reactions. Do not fear. So this is Krishna is telling to this. And I am not going to read the purport because it is very long, and whatever I will be discussing, it is from the purport only. And before I go to these words, I want to mention 2 more verses in the Gita, which is, if you see that 934, that is Manmana Bhamakto, and then one verse before this is 1865, which is also the same one. So when 2 words are repeated, that means it shows that some significance, because when we have to say somebody to emphasize, we always say 2-3 times. So this one. But I want to differentiate between those 2 verses and this word. So what is the difference? In that verse he says, Manmana Madbhakto. Means he is saying that think of me, become my devotee, worship me, offer your homage unto me. What will happen? As a result, you will be free from your all sins and you can come to me. But in these words, Krishna is promising that I will shall deliver you from all the sins. So this is a difference. It's just like difference between monkey carrying his baby and cat is carrying her kitten. So this is like that kind of difference. So I will go in detail about this verse. Let me analyze. That's it. Om Agyantaminandasya Gyananjana Sarakaya Shri Shri Manuskan Stapingam Yum Bhutale Swam Bhutakalam Dadati Sopanantikam Vandeham Shri Satundam Shri Gurun Veshmata Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagrana Raghunathanam Kansavi Sadvetam Savadikam Varivim Santam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Balansa Shri Vishakam He Krishna Namasmi Dini Mandi Jagatpate गोपेश गोपिका राधा कृष्ण गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वैष्णवानुसुते देवी श्रीमानी भविष्य कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्यश्च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तगण हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So that let's go on this in detail about this. The first thing is that sarva dharman parityaja means you have give up the dharma. So if you go in the beginning in 4.8 it said dharma sansthapanaya sambhavam yudham. Krishna says I come here to re-establish the dharma. But here he is saying that give up the dharma. So what kind of dharma he is talking about? So in the beginning Krishna has given various different kinds of knowledge and process for different religion. He talk about body and soul. He talk about Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagwan realization. He talk about impersonal, personal feature of him. And then he talk about about eight limbs of Ashtanga Yoga, that is Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan and Samadhi. And if you go to 12th chapter, he talk about in the hierarchy that what you can do in a sequence from 12.8 to 12.12. I don't want to go in detail that one. And then sometimes people think about that my dharma is that if I'm Indian or he's American, can surrender. There is no actually qualification to surrender because anyone can be surrendered because is in Gita it says api chesu duracharo bhajate mamaninika. A person who has done abominable activity can become a saintly person if he is situated in devotional service. So Krishna says that anyone can do, and whoever want to get out from this material world. Who cannot surrender? He says that faithless and foolish people cannot surrender. Ashraddhana Purusha Dharma Sasya Prananda. A person who has no faith cannot surrender. And second is Naham Prakash Sarvasya Yogmaya. Krishna says that I never manifest to foolish and unintelligent people. And also our ninth offense in our day says that we should not be instructed to a faithless person. So those people cannot surrender. Now challenges in surrender. Yes, there is a challenges. What kind of challenges? That is the worst. The first thing is that Daivi Asha Gunmayi. Krishna says that three modes of material nature of mind are very difficult to overcross. But only you can come cross unless you are surrendered to me, means you have come to me. So now Hari Bhakti Vilas. This is he pointed out 6 qualities of surrender, which are very essential to full surrender. The first and most important thing is the faith. Now actually everybody has a faith. Means you start any work with some faith. Suppose somebody wants to become a doctor or engineer, he has some faith that I will go this with this. Because without faith, you loan to somebody to money, but you have faith that he is going to return me back. So the faith is the very common, means everything starts with little faith. But there are 3 kinds of faith. One is the blind faith, fragile faith and firm faith. So like blind faith means just like traveling in a plane or going in a train. We don't know the pilot or anything, but we have faith that we will go to our destination. Second one is the fragile faith. Fragile faith is a faith that can be shaken very easily. For instance, a lot of people come in the temple, but today is Super Bowl, right? So some of the people may not come there, we will watch that. So that kind of faith is not firm faith. If we have determined that we have to come, we will come. So that's the firm faith. And how that faith increases, suppose somebody wants to become a doctor. So when he starts faith in that, but when he pass some prerequisite examination or he start doing some good grades, so he thinks that no, my faith is increasing, I can really make that thing. So in spiritual life, how the faith can increase. So if you see that there was a 9 stage of bhakti. The first 4 one is very important. The first was say Ado Shraddha, means is a faith, it's my little faith. Ado Shraddha, Sadhu Sang, the most important thing is here is the sadhusang. Because association is the key for everything. Because like air comes from a garden has a good aroma, and the same air comes from a bad place, it has a bad aroma, but smell. So it's not a fault of air, but it is that association. So association is the key. So when you associate with the sadhu sant, what will happen? Then you will do bhajan kriya. Bhajan kriya means you will at least do some chanting, you do some spiritual activity. So that way your faith will increase, because bhajan kriya will take you to next step, which is very important. That is the anartha nivarti. Anartha nivarti means there is a calm, growth. We have lot of impurities. So that will be clean. So and sometimes I give example of a pot. If you want to take a milk, if the pot is dirty, you have to bring that pot to the association of soap and water. So unless you have the pot clean, you cannot put the milk in there. So the dirt, inside dirt means the pot considered to be in our body, and then inside is that the dirt is our anarthas. So when you have, and then water means you can consider the chanting, and this soap means association. So this thing you really need to clean up. Then only you can progress in your bhakti. In that association, I will tell you one pastime about that Narad Muni. Think about Narad Muni. He gave association to so many people. Manigriv and Nalkuber, Valmiki. Then you think Prahlad Maharaj, Vedvyas also. So in that regard, I will tell you one pastime of Prahlad Maharaj. That Prahlad Maharaj, when Lord Indra, when he went for austerity, Hiranyakashipu, then Indra thought that this is a good time to kidnap Kayadu, because she was pregnant. So he thought that the child coming is going to be also a asur. So he kidnapped that Kayadu. But then Narad Muni said that no, he is not the what you thinking asur. He is going to be a very good devotee. So Narad Muni took Kayadu to his place. But Kayadu told to Narad Muni that you have to give me one promise that this my Prahlad will born only after Hiranyakashipu come back. So Hiranyakashipu did 100 years, heavenly years austerity. 100 years means 1 day of that is equal to 6 months of this thing. So you can think how big austerity he did for how long. So when he come, then Kayadu has a baby, Prahlad Maharaj. But think that Prahlad Maharaj was 5 years of age, and he got Hiranyakashipu. What he got? He thought that he is immortal, he is not going to die. But when Prahlad was 5 years old, he got nothing there, killed him. So what message I took? That we do whole life austerity. We work very hard to collect the money and building the material, properties, all those things. But just like Hiranyakashipu, he did it so much, and in a second he finished everything in 5 years. So we took the whole life, and then it's just like it's gone within no time. So that was, in that regard, I still have 5-7 minutes. So I'll tell you one funny thing, that actually the materialistic person, the age is 40 years. If you see, really. So in that case, what happened? One Swan was sitting with Lord Shiva. When they saw one donkey, you might have heard this, but I just want to say for go down. Donkey, one dog, and one owl. They coming and laughing and coming from on the way. So Swan asked that Lord to Shiva that why they are so much smiling and means laughing. So he said, Lord Shiva said, well, they are coming from Brahma. So then Lord Shiva told him the thing that what happened. He said, animals generally live 40 years. So they went to Brahma, each one. Then first went donkey. He said, well, the 40 years is too long. Can you please make it half, 20 years, because it's too much work for me. So Brahma said that, well, I can reduce it, but there has to be somebody to take this 20 years. And as you know, human being is always greedy. So he said, well, you can give me 20 years. So he got, and human life was, as per Brahma, is 40 years. So he becomes 60. Now, the same thing, when he saw that dog, so he also said the same thing. Then he also got 20 years reduced, but then we increased by human being. And then last one is owl. So he also gave 2 years. So if you see now that 40 years, after 40 years, that 40 to 60, 20 years, you work like a dog. I mean, people taking care of family and running around here, making the property, making this 20 years. After that 20 years is a dog 20 years. So what happened? He always, dog, he said, but nobody listened. So that is the life. And the next life, 20 years is owl. He just sits in one place. Even in the night he stay awake, So that is the life. So Brahma, means Lord Shiva told me this is the thing happening here, So now that second point is the first one is faith, then is the desire only what Krishna wants. I will go a little fast now because 6 items. So desire only Krishna. What Krishna wants that Patram Pushpam Palam, then follow the 4 regulatory principles. Do not eat, only eat prasadam, and do the 5 limbs of bhakti, which is what? Worshipping the deity, residing in a dham, and then chanting the holy name and hearing the Bhagavatam. So those 5 things you have to do it. That is he said. And what Krishna says, reject activities which are not favorable to Krishna. What are those? That is like Krishna says, that is the same thing like in 3.13 said, do not eat anything, any food which is not offered to Krishna. So only eat thing, and reject association of non-devotee. Reject sense gratification. Now, 4th thing is belonging. So whatever, because we have a wrong proprietorship that we believe that this is mine, that is mine, like that. But actually it is not ours. It's just, for example, if I have $5, as long as it is me, I think it is mine. But when you go out and then buy vegetables, that $5 is to the vegetable guy. Now finally the vegetable guy will take that $5 and deposit in the bank. So actually nobody's honor, it goes to, the honor is Krishna only. The all belonging actually is for Krishna. It's like example given by bank cashier, that when bank cashier is always counting a lot of money, but he cannot, as soon as he said that is mine, he has a problem. And then 5th is the pride. Here Krishna is saying pride, not the pride like Hiranyakashipu had it. He is talking about pride. Even sometimes people, devotee himself, they have pride of surrender, that oh, I am devotee or I am doing this. So that pride also should not, nobody should have that kind of pride also. Because pride comes with the Janma, Janma, Aishwarya, Sud and Saundarya. These are the reasons people get pride. So when Hiranyakashipu and even Ravan did not take care of those prides, what about us? So, and the last one comes gratitude. Because, why not gratitude? Because Krishna has given us everything, Means he's giving the things which are essential for life, like he's giving air, sunlight, and even grains. All this thing is coming from. People can make big object, but they cannot make anything without Krishna's material, which he supplied. So, and if you see in chapter 15, where Krishna says two verses, 15.13 and 15.14, he says that my energies are taking care of all the planets, and the energy is taking all the planets in their orbits. And in the next verse he says, I am the fire of digestion. I digest all kinds of food which you eat. That is licking, swallow, chewed and sucked. So he's so merciful. He has supplied everything. So actually, so this verse, I feel that people has to surrender. And one more very important thing is the faith. You have to have faith in Krishna, because Krishna always says so many verses about the demigod worship, because sometimes people think that, oh, I worship this, I worship that, it will be okay. But no, only believe in Krishna. He is the only cause of every cause. Because there is a word, ye api ani devata bhakite yajante shadayanvita tepi maam ev konte yajanti avadipurvakam. If you do any demigod worship, they are avadipurvakam. So you can respect them, but you can never think as equal to, because we have offense, right? We say second offense, right? That they consider the name of demigod and other thing equivalent to Lord Vishnu or superior to him. So that's about it. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.